Let's begin learning about Aris by creating a tiny game with 3 basic features: a character, a plaque, and an item. First, we'll need to log into Aris Editor using a username and password. Here, I'll use my username and password. If you do not have a username and password, click Need to Register button in the lower left-hand corner. All registration is free. Next, click the Create New Game tab. You'll need to give your game a name. Make it something memorable. This is a sandbox. You can delete or hide it later. You should then create a description for your game. Keeping in mind that everything you make will be public, and people will play based on publicity. So your description is important. Here we'll call this UNM Tour, and the description will be Practice Game for Aris. Then click Create Game. After you've created the game, a pop-up box will come up reminding you that your game was successfully created. Click OK. To begin, you must select a place on the map for your game to be played. For now, let's choose something nearby that you can test immediately. You can go to the lower part of your screen and click in the location search box. Let's enter University of New Mexico. Now our map is zoomed in on the University of New Mexico, and our game can be played in and around the area. At this time, we can begin creating the 3 basic objects in Aris. Let's begin by creating a plaque. We start by going to the lower left-hand corner and clicking on the Add Object button. A drop-down menu will appear. Select Plaque from this menu. You now have an unedited plaque on your workspace. Double-click on the new icon. You will now see the plaque editor screen. Here, you can give the plaque a name by clicking in the box. Let's call this plaque Practice Plaque 1. Now in the content box, we can add the text that we want our players to see. We'll just call this Practice Plaque 1 in the content as well. You can also add both an icon and piece of media. The icon is what the player will see on the map, and the media is what they will see when the icon or plaque is open. Click Icon Picker and select an icon. Let's choose something simple, like a key for this plaque. Now we can add media by clicking the Media Picker button. Then open the Image folder and select an image from the list. Let's select a suitcase to go with our key. Remember, when you are uploading your own photos, to be wary of the image size. Now click Save and Close. Once the plaque is created, you can simply click and drag it to selected location on the map. Do this slowly. If done too quickly, it will not carry. Once the plaque is on the map, you can double-click on it and edit the settings for that plaque. This will edit settings for the plaque while the game is in play. For example, you can edit the range at which the player will be able to view the plaque when in active play. You want to make sure that this range is small enough that the player has to reach their destination, but not too small that the player never finds it. You can click the box marked Hidden if you do not want the player to see the plaque on the map. You can also select the Quick Travel box so that the player can play your game without being in the area or location. Eventually, when you become comfortable with Aris, you can set requirements for this plaque restricting when and how a player can view this plaque. For now, let's just save and close this plaque as is. By clicking the Save and Close button, you now know how to create and edit one of 3 basic objects in Aris, a plaque.